Hey, this is the chair guy. Everybody's been wanting to see the intervallic phrasing personalities on the fretboard. So, we're going to come down to this purple chair right here where the notes are nice and close together. And we're playing in G major, so we're going to start on G, our first, which is the root. And we're going to go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and to the next root. And remember, the root is the biggest magnet. So when we throw a little metal ball away from the root, it's always going to get dragged back to that root. However, the third and the fifth are the next biggest magnets. And because of that, they form the triad, which is like a tripod. They are the most stable notes in the scale. And what's great about that is where the root is kind of like the period at the end of the sentence. Everything just goes back to it. The third and fifth can work a little more like a comma. So instead of just going and coming back to the root, you can make a little more complex sentence by resting on the third or fifth. Now, the second and sixth are the next biggest magnets, and all five of these notes are the same distance apart. And that means the little metal ball is going to travel over them very smoothly. That's why they're the pentatonic scale. As opposed to the last two notes, our fourth and our seventh, which are the smallest magnets, and because the fourth is trapped between the third and fifth, it's kind of pulled to both, but it's pulled really strongly back to the third, which is why we call it a leading tone. Much like the seventh, which is a tiny magnet right next to the root, so it gets pulled very strongly back to the root. So those two notes are the most unstable, they're the most likely to clash, but they're also the most likely to be interesting. So you could look at this whole metaphor of magnets as really just being ways to make a sentence and either make it more interesting or more stable.